Welcome back, guys. It is the Brothers Geek Out podcast, and G-Man is here.
What's up? My voice is messed up, so I'm gonna have a messed up squeaky
Squeaky husky. It's gonna sound like Marge's sisters from Simpsons.
Marge, yeah, sound like Marge Simpson, yeah. I don't know what's going on, man. From Wednesday, I don't know what it is. I'm not ill, just like clogging up, sore throat, nose, whatever. It's not even hay fever. I don't even do hay fever.
It's the atmosphere, bro. It's weird, you know. Like Nia picks up on different sounds, and I'm like, she's still trying to get used to stuff, and it's weird. Man, it still comes to my head because like you enter this Earth's atmosphere, everything's brand new to your body because what you're listening to in the tummy is different to what you hear outside. So if the TV's on, she can sleep throughout TV, bro. I can watch something.
Yeah.
As soon as I open a pack of crisps, bro, that sound she hears, that she wakes up. So it's like she picks up on different frequencies, which is absolutely, yeah, it's quite funny. It is quite funny.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, listen, man, I feel good. I'm just a bit annoyed that I'm not 100%. Because home, man, I just want to enjoy. Well, I'm enjoying myself. Just this is annoying. Put it that way. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me, and hopefully I will be able to express my thoughts on what we talk about. But it's good to be home. It's good to be home.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's good. It's good to have you home, Lara and Nia. We'll enjoy the company.
So good to see the babies, man.
It's been good. It's been a busy couple of days. It's been a busy couple of days, and amazing to see all the reactions we've been getting online and the engagement and the love from people, which is absolutely amazing. I'm always grateful for that. There's loads of things happening in the background, but I suppose I'll let them know a little bit now, like so recently I told most of you guys that I was suffering degenerative back disease, which I need to work on my health more. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break. It'll be on and off, but I need 3 months to myself to get into a routine of training, better health for myself, better mental health as well. Speaking to Dwayne yesterday actually really helped clear my mind a little bit because I feel like I don't speak about it more often. I'm just trying to do the daily hustle, and we do the daily hustle. It's just you don't realize how much it's affecting you mentally as well. I need to find another job. You know, I've come to a point now where I feel like what I do creatively, I can do that somewhere else. Whether it's me working for myself or I work for another company, but I need to take some time and do that. But I need to find a better routine for myself. I think right now I'm running around a lot. You know, G-Man's here. We've got help all around us. I just need to put it out there. I think my issue is that I like to do, and I think that's with work as well. I know that if I've got it in my control, I can do it. But what I need to learn is to say, all right, you know what? Can you do this? Can you do that?
I need to delegate a little bit.
Delegate a little bit more because it's not that I don't trust nobody. I think my issue is that I know that I'll get the job done.
Yeah. You have your own ways of doing it, but that's important to learn to delegate and learn to let things go.
Yeah.
That's where other people can grow. Like if you didn't let me help with the podcast, I'll never be able to learn how to upload the videos.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to say, I know you said you got 3 months and whatnot. The famous quote from Rocky 3, there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. And that's true, bro. There is no tomorrow. So really, you should be starting now, right now.
No, exactly.
I uploaded a clip on my Instagram the other day, and I love it's about discipline, and it's like Joe Rogan, Jacko, and David Goggins, and them lot. They're like, fuck your motivation. Fuck your motivation. It's all about discipline. You gotta wake up.
I've lost my discipline, bro.
Yeah, it's what it's all about.
I've lost my discipline. That's the hardest part of it because we're coming from quite a disciplined background.
We are all disciplined. Yeah. No, we are all disciplined. I tell you why. We channel our discipline in certain areas. Oh, I got work from 9 to 5. We all do our work. That's discipline, bro. That is discipline. You know what I'm trying to say? So we all have discipline. We just channel it in certain ways. You know, it's the same thing about going back to the office. Everyone's like, oh, I don't want to go back. I get it. Trust me. I like work from home. But what I'm saying is before the pandemic, we were all disciplined. No matter what the weather is, no matter what it is, 9 to 5, we were disciplined. Wake up, go to the office, do our day's work, and come back. That's discipline.
Mm.
You know, if you just channel that discipline, that same discipline in other stuff, be it working out and everything, it will help. So like it's what it's all about, man. Whether you're motivated, I'm not feeling it, I'm tired, blah blah blah, whatever. Discipline is key. So there is no tomorrow, bro. Just get started. I mean, listen, I could do the podcast with Ash. And you know, if you want to take some break from this, that's cool. But end of the day, man, it's all on you to just stop. You know what I mean? And that's even if you just do 20 press ups today.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, exactly.
It
exactly.
makes a difference. And
Yeah, I
just
know, but
stretches
it's
for your
like
back.
you know, like that mental willpower is
I get it,
not
man.
there, man.
I
It's
get
not there.
it. Trust me, man. When I work out, there's not a thing. I mean, sometimes there is, but most of the time, I'm not even lying. I'm gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. 90% of the time, my brain's like, "Fuck this, man. I can't bother to work out. Can't bother. I don't want to go jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna get smashed. Or I've got stomachache and I don't want to go shit my pants." There's so many excuses run through my head. 90% of the time, I'm like, "Fuck it, just go." Right? And when you just do it, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just do it. So you really just got to do it. You got to drop down and do 20 press ups, 50 squats, whatever it is. Just do it. You know what I mean? And that's the start. You know, with your back, you've got the chin up bar. I don't know if I told you before to hang. I don't know if you're doing it.
I'm doing the odd hanging, bro. But that's the problem. See, everything's in front of me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's right there, bro. When you're working, you take a break, go hang for 30 seconds and let your spine just decompress and whatnot. Like, dead hangs are going to be really good for the back. You got the chin up right there. You could do it a couple times a day. You should be doing it a couple times a day.
No, I need to be doing it a couple times a day.
And that's it. Like, even if you start with 10 seconds, a couple times a day, move to 20 seconds, eventually like a minute, 1 or 2 times a day. Like, trust me, it'll make some kind of difference. You've got the bar right there. You don't have to go to a park or nothing. You have to take these steps, like, you know, 30 seconds on if you're gonna watch a YouTube video, man, just play it and just hang for 30 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta just do these
I'm
every
just
day.
finding it. I'm finding it difficult, man. Finding it difficult with a lot of things. I feel like I'm temperamental. I'm easy to start arguments. My road rage is horrendous now. And then I saw Dwayne yesterday, and I was like, "How you let that not bother you, bro?" And he was like, "Why should I let something small like that impact my day? Let it go, breathe, let it go. It's not worth it. It's pointless." He's got some good clarity at the moment,
That's good.
and I think I needed that
That's
in that moment.
Person. I was talking to Ash about this the other day because he was saying the same thing about road rage. Have it too. It takes a strong, secure person to just walk away from it. To be like, instead of like, "Fuck you," and then it takes a strong person not to fight. It takes a strong person to forgive and move on. Man, I'm not that strong. Even me, like, I want to argue. I get angry. I want to argue. It takes even more strength to just be like, whatever.
Exactly.
And not be bothered by it. That's a hard thing, man. That's a strong thing, and I don't have that. I'm working on it, but we all, need to do it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Anyways, that's just an update on my side. I want to read more. I want to be able to do things more, but I need a bit of a moment of space and then get back into. I need routine. I think that's what it is. I don't have routine.
Builds routine. That's what I'm saying. Like, your routine and discipline, they complement each other. Like, Dad used to have a timetable. Remember, 8 o'clock this and that. He used to give us that. Remember, between 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I remember it was game time, man. It was like the best time of the year of the day. Honestly, bro, you got to do that.
I find it hard to keep to that, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm not with kids, bro.
I mean, of course, I was just gonna say that. I know I can speak on it because I don't have kids, but I'm sure you can find some time. Look, Ash is a great example, man. He wants to go gym. He wakes up at 4:30 a.m. to go to the gym. He knows that that's his time, and it's the discipline thing, man. His alarm goes off, he gets up and he gets the fuck out of the house and he does it. That's what you're gonna need, bro. You're gonna need one of those 4 a.m. sort of thing. It's not easy, man. When I done it for the longest time, the reason why I stopped is because it really affected my sleep. Ash doesn't have a problem sleeping. I put too much pressure on myself to wake up that early, and for the last 8 years, I just didn't sleep well. Even now, I don't sleep well. But anyway, bro, and you gotta say 5:30, whatever, 5 o'clock, wake up. Do what you got to do, even if it's a run around the block or whatever. Just do what you got to do. Come back, you feel amazing. You know, maybe at lunchtime on a day that you're working from home, you can have a little nap in your lunch break or whatever. But Ash does it, man. Perfect example. Like, he's got two kids as well. But he just wakes up that extra early, does it, and then when he comes back from work, he's helping with the kids. And yes, he gets tired and whatnot, but he's got to work out. Super important, bro, man. Look after yourself, man.
Yeah, I need that energy. I don't have that good energy at the moment, so
it's all in your head. It's all in your head.
No, definitely. All right, man. Other than that, I mean, let me just touch base on, last week we had a screening for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I'm not going to do no spoilers. I know.
How many days did I miss it?
A day or so. I swear, 2 days. We missed it by 2 days.
I literally missed all these screenings, man. Like, we missed all the good ones. Now I'm here. There's nothing. I mean, there's a couple, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's going to be a few more up and coming. G-Man will go to. There's one on Wednesday we're going to miss, but it's Eid, so Eid celebrations, Eid Mubarak to everybody celebrate Eid. And yeah, listen, man, I fully enjoyed Indiana Jones. I enjoy all of them, as much as I love the original trilogy, Kingdom of the Skull, it's all right. It's a movie. I can watch these movies.
The trailer brought you to tears.
Yeah.
Did the movie have that same effect?
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
It did, because it's about, I think for me, it connected because it's about a person getting old and like, I'm too old for this shit. Like, he's like Danny Glover now. Like I'm too old for this shit. Why am I running around trying to do all of this crazy shit? But it had a really touching ending, bro. Really touching ending that really connected, and I burst in tears as well. I was in the cinema and I took my manager along, my friend. I'm gonna call him friend. Jeremy is a friend now.
He likes Indiana Jones.
Yeah. He's a fan of the 80s movies. He's a fan of movies. He's a fan of fantasy. He's a fan of getting away from the work. You know what I mean? Which is amazing. He's like us. He's just a fan of films. He's not a critic. We're not critics. But recently, I've noticed, and this is bad to say. I feel
like we talk about this every podcast. But go on.
We do. But people, I feel like saying "f you" to people. And again, I shouldn't. Everybody has their opinions. And we had a conversation about this recently about opinions. And I spoke to Zach Starr, who's somebody I met through TikTok. And we did a podcast, which come out later on this week. And we talked about people's opinions. But then he was like, shit, you know what? I was one of those guys who jumped on the bandwagon, but didn't appreciate the movie for what it was. And I think this is what people are losing. Because hate will get you more views, negativity will get you more views, likes, and the rest of it. Where I just genuinely enjoy. We get indie after what, bro? How many years, bro? This guy's still taking us on an adventure. There is things in the movie that people are not going to enjoy and not going to connect with. But it's a shame that people have lost they've lost the kid in them, bro. That's what I can say. They've lost the kid in them. They don't have that kid in them to enjoy things like we used to. We're prone to all the, I don't know. It's bad to say followers. You're either leading or you're guiding. I would say guiding. You are guiding, but then you're following other people, which it's bad to say because I hate using that concept. When somebody calls me an influencer, I'm like, not really. I just love this shit. You know what I mean? I genuinely love this stuff, so it doesn't really bother me. I had a great movie going experience. It's a great story, man. It's getting old. It's reality.
Yeah, I think we had this conversation and we had a lot of feedback on our flash review and positives and negatives and whatnot. But I think I keep trying to express to people is like, it's okay to like something or hate something.
Yeah.
But don't influence your opinion on other people. So if you didn't like it, that's okay. But don't force everyone else to not like it. I mean, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Same with if we liked it, we'll give you a thoughts. We loved it. I really enjoyed it. Like, if you want to, like, you have the decision to go watch it or not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, we can't force you or whatnot. But then, like I said, like, there's so many things I've watched that are not good, and I could be like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna watch it again. At least I've gone and watched it. I probably won't watch it again because I didn't enjoy it. However, there were certain parts that were good, but I would never force everyone to be like, you should all hate it too because they hate it. That's the one thing that gets them. Like, don't force everyone else to hate it just because you hate it. Like, allow this tribalism bullshit. Like, you need to be in my group and if I don't agree with you, you're in separate groups. I can't stand that shit, and that goes with everything. So it's so weird that we fall into that. Just because we liked Flash or Indiana Jones, hopefully I'll get a chance to see it later. When does it come out officially?
I think it's this week.
Oh, so I could go cinema and watch that. This week, hopefully I'll go watch Spider-Verse. Anyway, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, hopefully, yeah, whether we liked Flash or not, I love bits about it. We were talking about this. It's on the list. I'm gonna talk about it later on. But allow. Actually, it's no point saying it. But what I'm saying is, like, you forcing other people to hate shit or love shit because you want them to be in your group. That's some bullshit, man. People be individuals and then have a good conversation, man. There was some people that commented to say, "Oh, I liked your guys' perspectives, but this is what I didn't like."
Yeah,
those are good. Like,
like, constructive. Yeah, it's constructive feedback. But when, like, as we said, we're not film critics. We don't have that on our names or anything like that. It's just two guys who enjoy movies. You know what I mean? We come from a background of pop culture, so
I'm looking forward to it, though. I mean, one, because it's Indiana Jones, and the last one, yeah, I admit I didn't really enjoy it too well. The aliens and all that shit. I was like, all right, whatever. But it was Indiana Jones and adventure. I know Indy, Harrison Ford character.
Yeah.
So it was just like another adventure of his. I didn't enjoy that specific adventure, but it was the shit that was enjoyable. It was still Indy, and he's got his whip and his hat. He's still old school and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. Funny enough, it's funny. We were in the Tesco's yesterday, and Idris like, "Can I have something, Sasa?" It's like, "You know what, Sasa? You can pick one thing, but like Indiana Jones, you better pick wisely." He didn't get the reference, but I was busting up to myself. But yeah, no, man. I mean, come on. The last one wasn't that great, but I'm really looking forward to seeing Indy on another adventure.
No, that's good.
And see what they
I had a good time. It's a good story of somebody growing old and still doing this shit, and like it's amazing to see a character, and all of them guys, you know what I mean? Harrison Ford, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sly Stallone, Dolph Lundgren. Like, there's a massive list of people there that are still doing this stuff, which I absolutely love, bro. So kudos to him. He deserves it. It's absolutely awesome. Movies, I had a good fun time. That's
it.
Yeah.
That's what I just heard. Al Pacino just had a baby. My guy's like 70 plus something.
My guy's 80, bro.
Baby, he just had a baby as well. Like, my guy's still doing the thing as well.
Game, bro.
Good in his seas, man. Al Pacino, legend.
Brilliant.
Cool, man. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I mean, I'm gonna watch Spider-Verse this Thursday. Finally, I get a chance to watch it. And then I'll try and watch Indy maybe a week later or so.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, cool. Cool, man. What else? Should we go through the news?
Yeah, let's go through the news, man.
All right. So this year's Comic-Con looks like no one's attending. San Diego Comic-Con. I wonder if it's got anything to do with the strikes or whatnot. But Disney's Marvel Studios, Lucasfilms, they're not planning any panels. HBO isn't going. Sony Pictures, Universal Pictures, Netflix just done their own to-dum thing.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But all of them are sitting out on San Diego Comic-Con. Now, that's the big one. So there's obviously a reason. I wonder if it's got anything to do with the strikes or anything. But it's I guess it's a shame because we get loads of announcements.
Yeah.
But maybe they're saving it for their own events, which they probably get more money on or whatnot. Or maybe Comic-Con is back to Comic-Con, back comic books now. You know what I mean?
Well, it should be. I think Comic Cons have changed over the past couple of years, where it's all heavily based around what sort of media is coming out. So the fact that it could go back to that, and it's all about the artists and comic books and anime and stuff like that, then why not, man? I think it would be a different change, and I think it brings. I don't know. I think it brings a different crowd. It's like the Star Wars celebration, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. It's exciting. It's good to see. It's good to be there. But what they did there was quite like it was claustrophobic, bro. They stuffed us in one corner, bro, to make it look like it was so busy. And they could have spread us across and made it a bit more comfortable for us as people in cosplay, wearing costume, sweating. Can you imagine wearing a stormtrooper outfitting that heat, bro. You're dying, bro. You know what I mean?
The guy I'm gonna do a podcast with in Comic Stop in Dubai, where I buy my comics from, he came to London for that event. He was
Wow.
telling me he came all the way down for that event. I mean, he's a big Star Wars fan, so he didn't mention any of that stuff. He really enjoyed it. But yeah, just bought it. I'm gonna do a
Yeah,
podcast.
I mean,
I'll ask him about that.
Yeah, no, ask him. I mean, I'm being just honest, and as much as I loved it and enjoyed it, I got to see so many great people as well. I got to cosplay again myself for the first time, and then just in general, like it's just far too much, bro. It's overwhelming. And
Maybe we're just older. Like I don't like big crowds anymore. I used to go to places where there's loads of crowds, and I never had an issue with it. Now I don't want to be in a crowded place. So maybe we're just getting older.
Feel all right. It's true.
Like it's still fun and enjoyable. Like when I went to the Comic-Con thing, but like now that I'm older, like I just look around, and then I'm like, all right, well, it's time to get out of here. Have a munch and go home.
Yeah, have a munch and go home.
My perfect evening is what we did yesterday, and then just sit at home, have a cup of tea, and everyone's chilling, and we watch it, and we just joke around.
Yeah.
It's a perfect evening for me these days. So you know, as much as I love these events and I want to be a part of them, I know like it's not like, how do I put it? Like I'm like, oh, I can't, like how do I put it? It's not my favorite thing in the world. It's not my first choice to be like
to go. Yeah.
Hey, I want to go. I want to be out on a Friday night.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
But anyway, yeah.
No, of course. It's all good. We'll go for it. All right, man. Let's jump on the news.
Yeah, so let's see what happens with this San Diego Comic Con. Hopefully,
if you choose, you lose.
Yeah, hopefully.
I know some people. I think a couple of people I know that are going, but good on them, man. If it's based on comic books, it goes back to the true love of what Comic Con were, and like I miss that. Kind of miss that feeling because now you have to go to different panels. You have to pay for extra shit. It's like, come on, man. I already paid. Like, you know, prices have gone up horrendously, bro.
Of course.
Like Comic Cons. Actually, you know what? You're here. We got a Comic Con to go to.
When?
I need to double check the dates, bro.
Let
You want to
me
meet Chuck Norris, bro?
Are you for real?
Scott Adkins, Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, all right,
Bro,
we'll talk.
Chuck motherfucking Norris, man. My guy's got the best memes out there. In the bro, okay, talk to me.
We'll sort that out. So that's London Film and Comic Con, which is, I swear, bro.
I need to meet Chuck Norris, man. That'd be amazing. What a legend. When is
Like, that's next week.
July 9th?
Is that next week? Or 2 weeks? That's 2 weeks.
When am I going Poland, man? Oh, don't tell me that's the Poland weekend, man.
No,
Chuck
Norris, let's see.
You're lying. I've got to check with my wife to see if that's the Poland weekend. It's not next weekend, the weekend after, or 3 weeks. Check your
2
calendar,
weeks.
man.
In 2 weeks, bro.
All
right, cool.
Okay. Why did I put Poland? And
it's all right, man. Go enjoy it. It's family time.
this motherfucking Chuck Norris, bro.
I know. All right, cool.
Continue. Right, so my nose is running. Let me get my tissue. Well, look, on the flip side, I'm not gonna lie though. If I was going to our dream is to go to San Diego Comic Con. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If we were going and I found out nothing was there, these guys were not there, so not nothing. A little bit, I would have been disappointed. A little bit. So I get it from both perspectives.
Yeah.
But if I was going selfishly, I'd be like, you bastards, you better show the fuck up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's see what happens with that. Cool.
There's a reason why I think I think the writer's strike and the issues that they're having with the animators
and AI and shit. We're going to talk about that in a bit.
Okay.
With Nick Fury show. So let's move on. So brace yourself, sinners. David Fincher is teaming up with Netflix for 7 seasons.
What?
You know that movie Seven?
Yeah.
Seven Deadly Sins with Brad Pitt.
What?
Freeman. What's my guy who touched up people? What was his name?
Kevin Spacey.
They're doing a 7 series, man. That movie was amazing.
Yeah.
And that ending was
to this day still, yeah.
Horrific.
Yeah.
Just didn't expect that. Well, crazy bastard. Anyway, Netflix show 7. That might be pretty good.
Interesting. That'll be good. Yeah. Definitely.
All right. Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie are dusting off their magnifying glasses for The Bone Collector 2. I never really watched the first one. I don't think I remember.
It's a long time ago, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie. So it's good to see them come back. It'll be a good team up. Denzel, man, still got it in him to do all that stuff. Well, bless him.
The good thing about it is like what I love about these films that all these actors coming back to play the same role and whatnot is it's the character. It's like Indiana Jones.
Mm.
I'm seeing it as Harrison Ford. I want to see Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a new adventure of him after all these years. You know,
Exactly.
I remember when I watched Kiefer Sutherland in 24, and you know, 24 episodes, 8 seasons. Do the math, right? Spent that much time with him. And then after the season finished, I think the last episode you just see him walking away. Right? He doesn't die, right?
No, he gets taken by the Russian.
But he doesn't die, does he?
No, they just take him away. We never know what happened to him.
Okay, anyway, what I'm saying is like years later to see another 24 with him, like Kiefer Sutherland's Jack Bauer, the emotion comes back. Because I remember at the end of that season, I was so like heartbroken.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like this guy, I just like fell in love with his show, this character. So I love it when they do come back because it's like you're getting your character back.
Come back, yeah, exactly.
Seeing what he's up to.
Yeah.
As even though it's all fake.
That's always nice. That's always nice because you feel like, what would it be like, 20 years? And we get that. Like with Indiana Jones, you get that.
Yeah, as weird as it sounds, it's like, what have you been up to for the last 20 years? Now I want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, have you seen that Korean movie Train to Busan? The zombie one. Very good. Very good. Like apparently it was like made like a low budget, $8 million or something.
Okay.
Ended up making hundreds of millions. Something. I made the numbers up.
Yeah.
Anyway, very good zombie movie from Korea. They done a second one which was kind of basic. Anyway, Hollywood are making Last Train to New York, so they basically copy it.
Okay.
So let's see how that works out. I don't know, but
I think nothing will beat the original.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Hollywood tried to do Old Boy. That didn't work out. It's good.
No, that didn't.
Which is actually a comic book movie. Did you know that Old Boy?
Yeah, it's a comic book movie.
James Gunn was talking about his best comic book movies, and he put that in there. And I was like, I didn't even know it was a comic book.
Yeah.
Movie. All right, they're making Extraction 3. Have you had a chance to even watch it?
Nah, man.
One of the best action. You know what? I'm glad this one is getting the props that he deserves. Extraction 2. I'm sorry for spoiling that, so obviously you know. But it's not a spoiler. Like
not really a spoiler, no.
He came back in Extraction 2, so you knew at the end.
Maya's spitting on me, man.
Well, they had, like I said, 20-minute long one-shot action scene. Chris Hemsworth does a great job. This, and I hope they just. It looks like it could be a new, not just a new action style, but a new franchise of action. Because John Wick's done so well for us. Now we've got Extraction. It's really good.
Okay.
So anyway, they're making Extraction 3, and hopefully they'll do more to it. So look forward to it. All right, check this one out. This is a good one, bro. Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Cruise have teased Tropic Thunder 2.
And Tom Cruise?
Yeah, they've been teasing it. Like just been saying shit like, yeah, could be possibly or not. Like, listen, that movie, we said this before. He played a black dude and whatnot. Bit of controversy. They're not apologizing. Thank God for that. You don't need to apologize.
No,
it's comedy. But I don't know if they could do a similar thing. Right? I mean, that film is genius, man. One of the best comedy films ever. But I would love them to say, fuck you to you woke people. We're going to make the movie.
Yeah.
Honestly. So I hope they do it, man. That movie was so good. That movie was so good. So interesting.
All right, cool. If they do it, I don't know what it'd be like, bro. But yeah, definitely.
It's about the insecure actors. I mean, that's what it really was. It's about it. They were taking the piss out of themselves, really, as actors. Robert Downey Jr.'s got a new car show that just came out, actually.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I'm not into cars, but Ash will watch it. He's definitely going to watch it because he loves his cars. I'm not really into it, but he'll watch it. Okay, so Henry Cavill, apparently the director of James Bond, said his audition to James Bond was tremendous. But I want him to be James Bond. Listen, whatever happened with Superman, it was tough. I would love for him to be James Bond for a couple of years, at least 3 movies. He will be amazing.
I think he'd be quite good.
I think
Slick
he'd be great.
Bond, yeah.
Slick, hench, like he'll be awesome as a James Bond.
I think he'd be great.
Yeah.
I think he'd be great. I heard he had an awesome audition, so definitely, yeah.
All right, finishing off with some comic book stuff.
Yeah.
Well, not comic book stuff, but like that Marvel DC stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 scores a digital Blu-ray release on July 7th.
Cool.
and then I think they say it'll be available on July Disney Plus after that.
All right, cool.
So I'm definitely looking forward to watching that.
So,
Craven the Hunter trailer came out this week. We done a reaction. What was your thoughts, bro?
listen, it's supposed to be a good movie to watch. Like all the movies, they're there to kill time. My only issue I'm finding is they've given him radioactive powers from a hench lion on protein shake. So the protein shake must have mixed up with his blood and turned him into something as well. I don't understand because I don't think in the comic books he's just a hunter. I don't know where I know Sony are using these characters so that they stay in contract with keeping these characters with Sony. I just don't understand how it's still not connected to Spider-Man. He's done two Venom. We're getting 3 Venom movies. Interconnected, finally.
A little bit, yeah.
But still, no Spidey in like Morbius. You know, come on, man. Just throw Spidey in there, changes everything, bro.
That's it. I think that's my thing as well. Like on my reaction, I said the same thing. When I saw the blood go into the lion's blood go into him, and then he became that thing, I was like, is that his origin story? I don't think so. Right? It's okay to change the origin story.
Yeah.
But it's too similar to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Too similar to Morbius.
Yeah.
It's like, so in that you're telling me in this Spider-Man universe, all these guys get munched by different animals and then they become what like Larry, man. So it's too similar. I don't see it just felt like like there's no creativity behind it. But
and you see, like, go on.
No, I mean, look, this is the first R-rated movie, which is fine, but making it R-rated doesn't make it a good movie. Like, just because you see him chopping up people and whatnot, okay, he bit a dude's nose off. Okay, cool. Like, the movie better be good. Like, it doesn't matter if it's R-rated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Wolverine for the longest time wasn't R-rated. I mean, the one R-rated one that was awesome, but give me get to know the character. Like, made me care for the character. Made me come out the cinema saying, I want to see more.
Yeah.
And that Spider-Man thing, I agree. He's in the Spider-Man universe. You're using Spider-Man's name really to promote this character. You gotta have a connection. There was one part in the trailer where there was a bunch of spiders coming in. I don't know if that was a reference or not. Could be. But you need to put a Peter Parker Spider-Man reference in there for us to be more excited, man. You know what I mean? You're trying to create this universe or whatever the fuck you're doing.
It's like the villain verse of but they're all anti-heroes.
Yeah, it's like, they're supposed to be villains as well. Like, all of them end up being heroes. I'm like, so what the fuck are they doing? Like, why would they fight Spider-Man then? Why would Spider-Man need to fight them? Like, I don't know. I'm losing a bit of the interest. I want them to be villains, so then you'd be more excited for Spider-Man to come in and beat their ass.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm wondering what could be the issue and why that's not happening.
I don't know, man. I don't know. And he doesn't have a Russian accent.
Oh yes, that's right.
Looks good though, Andrew. What's his name? Taylor.
Aaron
Taylor.
Johnson Taylor.
He's amazing. I love that dude.
He's wicked. He looks the part, bro.
He looks great. That poster they got of him looks wicked. When he looks awesome. It's just that what do you call it? Yeah, he's got an English British accent, and I'm just kind of like, well, he should have the accent, just make it a bit more authentic. You see, I don't know. Saying that, I'm still gonna watch it, obviously.
Yeah, of course. We as we said, even like we watched it yesterday with Dwayne, and we still watch it. Just I don't know. Like it'd be just like Venom's a good movie to watch, but it's not because it's not connected to. Well, now it is kind of.
Well, let's see what they do with Venom 3.
Oh, yeah, man. There's always something to it. I suppose we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. We would definitely enjoy it. Maybe it could just be an enjoyable movie, but what Spider-Verse shit. When I say enjoyable movie, maybe it's like violent and action. Talk about Tom Hardy. My guy just got promoted to a purple belt and black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. I saw the clip. Yeah, he's having a game.
Winning bad jiu-jitsu tournaments and whatnot. Such a beast. Anyway, the next thing on the list that we watched was we finally got some Marvel content, man. Disney Plus stuff. Nick Fury, Secret Invasion.
Yes, great first episode, bro. I really enjoyed it.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. What I loved about this show, it got straight into it.
Yeah.
And it was this spy espionage thing. We saw a lot of trauma that he went through after the snap.
Yeah. which they never really kind of.
No, because I was thinking about this. Like, he formed the Avengers. Nick Fury formed the Avengers.
Yeah.
To fight the battles that they couldn't fight, and they actually lost that one.
Yeah.
Yes, they won after, but they actually lost, and he experienced the loss.
Yeah.
He didn't experience the win because he got snapped away. He experienced the loss.
Yeah.
So he lost from that perspective. And then the trauma he went up to space to build a big space station. But what I loved is they got into it, man. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Maria Hill. I didn't expect that.
Nor did I.
On the first episode, they killed her off. I don't know if she comes back somehow or whatnot. But I really like that. Sam Jackson is such a great actor. Like, he's so good. Like, I don't know, like, you can feel the oldness in him. You can feel that, people saying he's old in the show, but you see the determination in him to make things or trying to figure things out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course. I think
And he feels responsible. Sorry to cut you with the scrolls and whatnot, because him and Captain Marvel back in the day tried to give him a home. I think he feels responsible of what's going on a little bit with this rebel.
he does.
thing,
He does.
yeah.
He does. I'm trying to remember the actor's name. The British guy, Ben. Is it Ben Middleton?
Something. I can't.
I like him.
Yeah.
Every film he's done, he's actually really good.
He's awesome.
But you know the kind of back and forth between them two when he was like, don't shoot him," when they were fighting the other Skrull guy, and he was really upset about him getting shot because he didn't want his people to be going through that.
Oh yes, yeah.
So I was like, oh man, he really played that really well. It's interesting, bro. We're getting a different style of Marvel movie right now, which is, I had a conversation the other day with Jeremy, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know." I was like, "Wait till let's watch number 2." You can't. Everybody says. I think now we've come to a point in the content we get now is, "Oh, the first episode's amazing." Like, come on, man, we still got a whole season to go through.
Yeah, it could turn.
Listen, it's a good episode.
I enjoy.
It pushed me. It got me in. It's wanted me to invest. 100%. If the first episode can do that, it's great. Let's see how the rest of it pans out.
And there was no it didn't need any like nostalgia to keep us in.
No.
Like the Avengers. Yes, they mentioned them and stuff, but this was purely about Nick Fury, and already I'm involved. And think about it, bro. We're getting a story on Nick Fury 2008. So whatever, do the math. That many years later, we can finally get in something on him.
2008.
Well, he showed up in Iron Man.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You're right.
So we're getting something on him. I think we're going to get to know him a bit better. I know we got to know him a little bit in Captain Marvel, and I was a little bit disappointed about the slash in his eye. Basically, I wanted.
Do you feel like that slash is quite big?
What do you mean?
It looks bigger.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. No.
It looks bigger than usual.
I didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, because normally his eye patch is here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does.
The skull looks bigger.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
But what I'm saying is, like, I think we're gonna get to know him as obviously as older version, the trauma he's been to, all that sort of stuff. And I feel like the reason why he might not call the Avengers for this is because I feel like he feels responsible.
Yeah.
And 2, people keep calling him old and shit.
Yeah.
And I think so there's a sense of pride of like, no, I'm gonna deal with this.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna call the Avengers because this is a fight that I can fight.
Mm.
That's what I think he believes. But we're gonna learn more about that. I really enjoyed it, man. It's the first time in a while like a Marvel show immediately got me straight into it without nostalgia and shit. It was just like a story.
And I think that's the good thing about this is that it doesn't need to use all of that. We don't need it. We want new stories. We want new things. Like, as much as we love everything interconnected, you don't need to keep bringing other names and other scenes and other characters in. Just keep it subtle. Let us be invested in those characters, because I think one thing that Marvel have started to lose a little bit on is that because they know they could use these characters and mix them up and use it as an advantage. Where I feel like I just want to know about the person themselves. It's like Arrow, the DC CW stuff. Like, the first Arrow was amazing. The first season, 2 seasons, then pow, everybody's a superhero.
Yeah.
Everybody's a vigilante. Same thing with the Flash. Everybody's a speed star. I gave up after season 2.5 or 3.5. I think the first 2 seasons were amazing, man. Yeah. Very good storytelling. It was about Barry. Pow, everybody's a speed star. I don't want to watch this shit no more. So I don't need all those other characters to become superheroes and have more people in this story. I want to know about the individual characters, man. I think I'm reading Daredevil's Devil's Regime, which is really good, bro. And this is like, here's about one character, Matt Murdock, trying to make a difference in Hell's Kitchen. And it's not just Kingpin. There's so many other people involved, But he's doing it by himself. He don't need nobody else. He's trying to deal with things himself. So I kind of like the fact they're going with. I hope they're going with that, bro.
Yeah.
I hope they're going with that.
Let's see. I mean, I'm really enjoying the show, and Don Cheadle was in it as well, which was cool. And he fits in because it's all governmental shit.
Yeah.
Right? Nick Fury's involved more with the government stuff. I did like the little scene when they were talking about midlife crisis.
Yeah.
And they said to him, "What did you do?" He goes, "Got the Avengers."
Yeah.
That was quite cool. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait for more of this show. So yeah, Nick Fury. But there's a lot of controversy going on about the opening intro that apparently was all created by AI. And I think that's what this whole writer strike's about as well, like AI creating content and whatnot. So I get it, man. If you was an artist and a creator, there's a bit of scare that AI is taking over and these companies are, Disney or whoever using these corporation AI technology to create these things. I mean, I did see a statement where they're saying, yes, we use AI to create the intro. However, we still got human beings to
verify it and do work on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the problem is now at the moment now, and I don't blame people being scared. This shit is like Skynet right now. I'm talking about this is shit that you're looking to take away the human emotion away from working to having a complete artificial intelligence look after planning your day, looking after things on software wise and how it's pushed out on social media and stuff like that. Content creating, bro, it's scary, bro. But I feel like I'm an ambassador for Adobe, yeah, and Adobe has AI technology that's embedded in their software now. But there's legal ways of using it because you can't just be using it and saying, yeah, I created this and put it out there and make money. There's so many processes in there now. As an ambassador for Adobe, I would say, and how I've used it is using it as a creative assistant. You use it as an assistant, and I think that's what Marvel have done. And why wouldn't they jump on it, bro? It's an assistive tool to help create, and I think it works. The theme works perfectly with Secret Invasion about takeovers.
100%, and that's what was it's a great point because that's what the director says. Fits in well with the perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
So I think using AI generated tools as an assistant helps really well because for me, I suffered dyslexia. I'm shit at spelling and grammar, but I've realized using like ChatGPT can give me something that I need to send out to somebody, but I tailor it so yes, I'm using AI to give me this email. But I still have to make it sound like me. So I have to go through it, read through it, understand it, take out bits that doesn't sound like me, and then replace it with different words that, So I'm still using it as an assistive tool. Same thing with Photoshop. You've got the beta version out right now, which allows you to generate fills and take out things out of an image by just typing. But it's still my image. So if I did a poster for Iron Man, we're actually saying that you can't even use that stuff. This is like totally, completely for photography and your art. Then you could use it as an assistive tool to give you ideas, like to look at your artwork in different styles. Like I recently did something for Adobe last week where we're using Adobe Express and AI generated tools to expand on your creativity idea. So making a poster, but you can make it a moving poster, which you could use on social media. You know what I mean? So you're working with two different things here. You can turn your art into 500 different pieces, 500 different styles, but you can pick out on what you can do. But it's how you're using it. I know it's dangerous. It's scary times, but there's going to be new laws that are coming out. People can't be writing those, yes, when it comes to using it in the industry, there's going to be limitations, right? Yeah. And I suppose that's what the writers' strike and the artist strikes that are happening at the moment now is because of that. So I'm hoping. The thing is, we're saying we want to work together, but people are still scared of moving. I mean, look how fast technology has moved, bro.
Yeah.
From us doing Skype to now jumping on Zoom and connecting with people, and
It's crazy.
It's
I
mad.
think, like the thing is, like you said, it's never gonna have that human element, that individual human. Now, these things basically chat GPT. It
Mm.
doesn't make it up. It copies from people.
yeah.
It scours the internet to
Yeah.
find the answer and put things together. So really, what it's doing is it's plagiarized from those people.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's why it can never. I don't know if it'll ever make its own thing up, and it won't have the emotions to do that.
No,
So, like for some things, maybe you'll be able to use it, and then a real human will be able to edit it and put that human element. But I think the majority of stories and real life experiences, well, you're always going to need the human to write those and stuff. And
exactly.
same with digital art, like your art is your art piece. Now you can use it as an assistant and whatnot. End of the day, it's not going to be yours. Like, you know what I mean? If it's not yours, I mean, we've seen your artwork. If we see something completely different, like, Uncle's is very detailed oriented. If I see one of your pieces that's as detailed as his, well, it's going to be like, well, maybe you used the AI that done that. Maybe that's not yours. So I think it's still going to have the, it's always going to need the human element. But it's scary though, because, okay, right now it doesn't have the human. What about in 5 years? What about in 10 years? Does it? Does it start thinking for itself? We don't know. And that's the scary. I think with the writer's strike and the thing, they should have contracts in their.
I'm sure they
They should have something in their contracts, because you don't want to make that job. You know what I mean? Writers were so important in the industry. Creators are so important. You don't want to be like, well, we don't need you. You're going to pay this $20 for what? $20,000 for this technology, and we're going to go like, no, we need humans still.
Yeah, of course.
So I hope they set something up in contracts.
They will, bro, because like you have to use now. They will vet your, with Adobe AI tools now. There's an authenticator. So say like you use a complete AI tool, and you submit a work, the company can go on this Adobe website, put it up, and then find out if it's AI generated. If it is, then they'll be like, you lose.
Yeah, okay.
So they will do that for writers as well and stuff like that. So Adobe already ahead of the game when it comes to that, because people are gonna do that. Cheating games, bro. It's what they do.
I can't draw.
Human being.
If I want something, then I'll use that shit.
Exactly.
For real artists and whatnot, I think you guys are still very important to express your art, because your art is your art. It's your form of expression. You'll never get. That's what I'm saying. And AI can't do that.
Yeah.
You'll never get Jim Lee's drawing or Kibla.
Yeah.
But you'll never get AI to draw Jim Lee, because if AI did it, well, you're like, well, that's still Jim Lee. You copied Jim. The AI copied Jim Lee.
Yeah.
But it's not really Jim Lee. But look, it's still amazing what it can do.
Of course, bro.
But the humans are, I think we're still going to be always involved.
We have to be. We can't let. I think that's where the laws and stuff like that need to kick in, and they will. Look, Adobe have done it, so I'm sure they'll do it with writers and everything else. So
yeah,
definitely.
But I think it suits this Secret Invasion.
I think it suits it
it's
perfectly.
a perfect
I've
one
got
to
no
use
issues with it, because it's still, still advised, still supervised by humans. Yeah, and it works perfectly with the theme. I think the problem is now, because I saw it all over TikTok and Twitter, bro. People crying.
But these people crying, can they draw?
Some can. I think their worry is that it's going to be a full-on takeover. But what you said about humans, us as creators, will still take a big place in that field. I think people talk before they kind of think. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's scary though.
And people are so quick to jump on social media, talk some shit, and then and go from there. And I don't know, that's the problem, bro. Like, there's some people that I don't agree with, and it's actually quite sad to see everybody being crybabies, bro.
I mean, in general, everyone's.
No, I know that, but bro.
I know there's a lot of it.
It's a lot of it now. Like, I look at, like, I used to go on Twitter and see positive stuff, and people putting positive affirmations, and same thing with TikTok, same thing with Instagram. Instagram still got that, but there's still a bit of the fakeness behind it as well. But I see more people crying now, and anybody who's like so-called film critic or comic book critic and all the rest of it, they just cry. It is constant crime, bro. Nobody like. There's one guy I can't remember his name. I think it's King Lion. And listen, shout out to you, man. Your videos are jokes, and you're quite honest. He goes, the most toxic fans are, the comic book and Star Wars and all that fan, and then even the DC fans. He's like, you guys are all bigging it up. Like, why the fuck you're not in the cinema? How are you not supporting this in cinema if you enjoyed it? And I'm not a big DC fan, but here's me with my Flash ring and my DC Batman ring. I went there and supported the movie. I don't care what it looked like or whatever. I still enjoyed it. It's a comic book movie. Where the fuck are you now?
I agree. I can't believe that movie, is flopping. But financially, it's flopping. Like, where are all you DC fans? What? So because of the Snyderverse, like, people are upset because Snyderverse. People are upset because of CGI. People are upset with Ezra Miller. So then you're not a fucking DC fan. You're not a DC fan. You're some like, I don't know what it is. But if you're a DC fan, you'll fucking go support the movie. You'd enjoy it. And then you'll have your criticisms of like, listen, I watched it. I still don't like Ezra Miller, but I still watched it, or whatever it is. They're not fans.
I think it's got too toxic now to I think people it doesn't matter if you're a DC, Marvel, Star Wars, whatever fan you are. I think people have forgotten the way of watching movies, bro.
They'll be, what, if DC and Marvel, not Marvel, but I guess if DC were like, you know what, fuck you guys, we're not making more movies no more, we're just comic books, so fuck all of you, no more movies, for you'll cry like a bitch.
Yeah.
All of you people who tried to cast these movies will cry. We'll cry even more because we're never gonna get content.
Yeah.
But you'll cry as well because you're like, oh, they're not gonna make movies no more. I want to see it. You know what? You people don't deserve to see it.
Anyway, that's just bigger, larger conversations to have. But for now, it is what it is, bro.
Well, talk about the Flash. I just want, giving it some more time, listening to other reviews. I did have something I did want to bring up. We're talking, made me laugh a little bit. So my guy went back in time to save his his mum from getting murdered, and he's a superhero. It came to me after. Why didn't my guy just stop the murder? Right? So, like, hear me out. Like, why don't you stop the murderer? Why don't you show up at the house? He's a superhero. Do your superhero thing and stop the murderer. Instead, you just change some tomato cans to save your father. So, hear me out. In my perspective, I'm like, all right, well, you saved your mother and your father, but you just let a murderer loose. Whoever is out there who killed your mother, he might have gone killed the next door neighbor or something. So I was like, that's one of my criticisms of the story. But I tried to think about it, right? Young kid, he just found out he can go back in time. He's been told, don't go back in time. It's very dangerous. You're going to mess things up. So you don't really know what you're doing. Your mind is very narrow towards your father. Bruce Wayne just gave you a bit of evidence about the video. So you're focused on that. You're focused on your mother. You're focused on tomato cans to see your dad also. Maybe, and he doesn't know what he's doing. That's why he went back and made those changes, because he's not clued up with it. And he's thinking very narrow. So maybe that thought didn't come to his head. Oh, maybe I should stop the killer. Blah, 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 blah. See who fucking does it. You know what I mean? And instead he's got a very narrow mind of like, let me just move the tomato cans. That's a possibility. He's going through trauma. He's going to have that court case. He's a superhero. He's trying to figure out, he's gone back in time. He's thinking, how do I not destroy the whole universe? So much things going through his mind. But I was like, bro, you're a superhero. Should have just stopped the murder. Because not only are you saving your mum, I think you put the bad guy in prison. You could have put the bad guy in prison.
So I think that's clarified in the movie, where it's a significant small thing that he does, instead of actually interacting with the actual murder itself.
But he still goes back to the house. So the small thing was just move the tomato cans. Like, okay, maybe this is small. He actually went back he fucked up. He actually went back to the house to see his mom. And then all the other shit happened.
Well, no, he got dashed out, remember? Actually, you're right. He went in the house. Why did he do that? Because he got excited. He's a kid. Yeah, you're right.
Of course, he wanted to see his mother. So again, I don't think he was thinking straight. I'm trying to counter what my thoughts are. Okay?
Yeah.
Bro, he lost his mother. So of course he would want to just get a hug from her.
Yeah. So exactly.
From that perspective, I'm like, all right. He fucked up and he went and done a significant thing. But still, again, maybe he just wasn't thinking. Maybe, like I said, at that present time, he found out he can go back in time. He saw a video clip of his dad trying to get tomato can. All of that was in his head. He wasn't even thinking about the murder on it, But That's my one thoughts about that part of the city.
No, I know. I can't wait to watch it again.
Me
I
too.
really enjoyed it.
Me
It was absolutely awesome. Great movie. Such a shame. Such a shame. Such a shame. But then there's no fans out there. Everybody's a follower.
Well, I'm a bit worried about James Gunn now because I feel like you might make an amazing movie, amazing universe, but because of these idiots who don't want to watch the movie because Zack Snyder, CGI, he's got a very hard job to do, bro.
No, he has, man. He was on that recent podcast with Michael Rosenberg, and it's a lot of responsibility to do something like that. But I promise you, man, like I think he's an amazing visionist guy. So
I think
we're
so.
gonna get something amazing. I think the problem is people are not fans of the comic books. That's one thing. People are not fans of comic books. People bandwagon jumping. People for likes and views. Because I think some people do enjoy it, bro, but go on the negative to push out their content. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. I mean, again, we talked about this, bro. That was my criticism. The story came to me after. The CGI was shit in certain scenes, and you gave a different perspective that someone didn't think about. It's like, well, how do you not know that's the visual art that they were going?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if I look, maybe it's not, but if I look at it from that perspective, I'm like, cool. Because again, I remember watching that part in the cinema and then seeing Henry Cavill's face, and I was smiling because
Yeah.
And then, but my brain did acknowledge, but it looks fucking basic. But it looks, I can't believe he's here.
Yeah.
But it's like Guardians, like again using Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Remember when Rocket goes through 1,000 portals? And their faces, like the CGI, like they didn't look real.
No.
But that was the visual interpretation of them going through 1,000. Yeah. So if you look at it from that perspective, maybe that's
I
the
fucking
case.
love that scene.
But I think and then group vomits. I was going
Yeah,
to.
no, I love
But what I'm saying is with James Gunn, I think the hard job that he's got is not just about the responsibility. It's about these fucking fans that or so-called fans that are gonna just boycott him and make him look unsuccessful just because they don't want him to succeed. There's no bullshit reason, just because they didn't get what they wanted or whatever the fuck it. Someone made a comment, whoever it was, or people made comments or saying, "Oh, you can thank James Gunn for us getting to see George Clooney's Batman and that little shitty George Clooney thing, rather than getting all the Justice League, which was apparently originally planned, having all the Justice League, Snyder Cut Justice League around the round table." So, and they're already blaming James Gunn. Like, what the fuck that has he got to do? It's got that. You know what I mean? People already put it. So he's got a hard job of winning back people. And I don't know if he can get a lot of people back. People just boycott him just because they're dicks. I'm like, just fucking enjoy the movie. Snyder versus Gunn. It's done.
It's done.
And I'm actually happy.
Yeah, it's time to move on.
All the characters are gone.
Time to move on.
Move on. No more connection at all.
Just to let people know, yeah, if you watch the post-credit scene with Aquaman, Barry tells Arthur that he saw several Batman in different universes, which means he went back and rectified his mistake with the tomato can as well. So Dad's back in prison again. So it's a reset, guys. Let go. It is what it is. Snyderverse is done. Listen, I enjoyed it, and I'm happy that I got those movies. You know, Justice League, Snyder Cut. It's probably one of the best comic book movies to this day. You know, I really enjoyed that. I'm glad we got that cut. But I'm glad that we got all those movies, bro, because I've still got stuff to look back at and enjoy and say, they did this. You know what I mean? So, no, listen, it's such a shame, though, because when I saw it 2 months ago, I fully loved it. I don't care about CGI and the rest of it. I was happy. It made me laugh. It made me smile. It made me cry. If a film can do that, if you could get lost in a film and do that, then that's amazing. It's like Never Ending Story, bro.
Yeah.
You know, Never Ending Story is a movie that encapsulates you into this film. And today, 30 years, 40 years later, that it can still do the same thing. Goonies can still do the same thing. This movie did the same thing for me. It's rewatchability. I can watch it again. Where other movies, they don't have that rewatchability. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, agreed. From both, any movies, yeah. A lot of them don't have rewatchability. It's true. I mean, it's like John Wick 4. Can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah.
It has that rewatchability because it's so exciting and great.
Yeah.
And it's a simple fucking movie. But how great is it? No one's like, you can easily hate on it. How the fuck does he kill 500 people and don't? How he's got all that cardio to go up them stairs and come on? Bro, have you sparred for a minute? Do you know how hard that is?
Yeah, willpower, bro.
There's so much bullshit you could talk about the film. But why? Look how
Yeah,
fucking amazing
exactly.
it is.
Exactly.
Like, I'm trying to say, so it don't make no sense when people make those comments and stuff like that. I'm just like, you can make a comment about any movie.
Yeah.
Any movie. Just enjoy it for what it is. Anyway, it's a shame, but I can't wait to watch it again. And lastly, finishing off, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently Warner Bros. Discovery is in negotiations to deal slightly less than half of its films and TV music publishing assets for approximately 500 billion. And that includes the Batman titles. And apparently Sony's in the lead to acquire this. I don't know if that's true, if they are looking to sell some of their assets. 500 million seems a little bit low.
What's it? What Batman, bro?
Yeah, no, yeah, look,
Batman titles, including
not
Batman.
including Batman titles. So a lot of their what do you call it, film and TV music publishing assets, including the Batman titles. Half a billion doesn't sound to me.
That sounds wrong.
Maybe it could be fake news. I don't know. Maybe I should have looked into it more. Yeah. What about this? You got such a thing. I don't think they need to sell it. Stuff. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's fake news. It could be some fake bullshit. But maybe I should have looked into it. But 500 million doesn't sound like fucking Disney paid 75 billion for Fox. For Fox's shit. There's no way they're selling half like some of their stuff. Or maybe it's a couple things 500 billion, but not Batman. Batman's worth more than.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Could be fake news. My bad. Anyway.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, guys. As always, massive thank you for joining in on the channel. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much. As always, we're grateful for you guys showing some love on the pages. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I got another giveaway that I'm going to announce tomorrow. Congratulations to all the winners that have been winning Funko Pops in the past 2 weeks. You guys are, I'm always grateful to have everybody jump in on the giveaways on Twitter. So we've got all our giveaways on Twitter, guys. So I've got another Funko Pop to give away. It's another shiny Black Widow. So jump in, guys, and I'll have a giveaway every week. The way it looks like, I've got some other ones to give away as well. I just found out I've got another bag up there full of Funko Pops, and they're from Shazam. So I'm gonna give those away as well, guys. Just want to say thank you as always, and we'll catch you up soon.
Peace.